Computer. Lights.
You can't hear me because my microphone is off. Now you can hear me. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 38th week of the year. So, we're getting started today. We have to do some prep work. We're going to start working on Nancy Hansen's Silver Pentacle number 2 this week. We're also going to work on Fred's stuff again. You probably have been wondering what happened to Fred's stuff. I'll tell you. This happened to Fred's stuff. This is my old hard drive. My old hard drive was when I transferred it from the old computer to the new computer, as you will all remember back in July of this past year, so like a year and a month ago, 2 months ago, I transferred over to a new computer. And when I did, I went ahead and bought myself a 6 terabyte massive monster drive to copy everything over, sort everything, get everything organized. And so what I did was I bought a new drive, because I usually do, because these guys die ultimately. So I got myself a new drive, and so I bought an adapter, which was a little dock, and you plug the hard drives into the top of the dock and then USB drive it into the side of your computer, and you can just copy everything at USB 3, which takes forever, but will work. And that was my thought, was I'd just buy this drive and do that. So I I bought this thing off of Amazon, plugged in the hard drives, put them in there. Oh, I got the hair in my mouth. And when I did, it said, there's something kind of fishy about this drive, but that's okay. We'll copy off it anyway. So I started copying, key important directories, moving them over, yada, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden it said, something wrong with this drive. We can't read it anymore. And then at some point in time, it said, do you want to format this drive? Because it looks like it's blank to me. And I went, what? And I had only moved off a small amount of my critical information off these drives. So turns out that there was a glitch in the software of that particular transport device. So whatever was wrong with that little adapter, there was a glitch in it, and it stripped the headers off of all of the hard drives you plugged into it. So it had destroyed those 2 drives before I'd gotten all the information off. No problem. Well, I mean, big problem. It was terrifying to me. All of my important data was lost. So fast forward to a couple of weeks ago, when I found out that there's software that can get past that do you want to format and instead just read the raw files off of there and pull them off. So I went ahead and got that, and then ordered a different adapter off of Amazon that looks a lot like, looks a lot like this guy right here. And all it is a SATA connector with a USB connector on the other end. That's it. It's got a power cord that goes here, so you can power the drive. So simple, straight up, no problem. I plug that in and run the software, and it finds all of my stuff. So I identify everything and copy it all off. So, of course, somewhere along the line, my computer forced a restart right in the middle of that. And so I'm hoping I got everything, because that was just the nudge that the hard drive needed to be destroyed completely. So now it's dead. But before it died, I managed to get all of Fred's artwork off of that hard drive. So now I have all of Fred's artwork again. So we can do Fred's work again. That has been a concern and a problem child for a very long time, because I didn't have all of the stuff that I needed for Fred's work. So now I do. Now all of the artwork is here, and we can continue on as before. So we're going to do that. We're just going to go down the line until Fred's work is done. And we've got a couple of things, like, for example, and by the way, this can't happen again. I put everything up on a global drive, or a cloud drive. So here we go. So we look at things like, here's one of the pieces that I'm doing for Fred. We're going to have to do some modifications for it, stuff like that. Here's another one of the pieces. You get the idea. We're just going to have to go along and do all of this stuff and just finish these things. So these pieces will be finished. Good morning, Brent. You missed my entire discussion about this drive right here, because I talked about rescuing this drive. Yep, and we'll be going over like what we're doing this week, because we've got some stuff for people that need to be done. I found on that hard drive, I got all of Fred's stuff off of there now. So now we can keep working on Fred's stuff, because it did manage to make it off before the computer forced a restart and trashed the rest of the drive. So it's done. We're just going to keep working on Fred's pieces until they are done. And that's good. Also, this week we have Silver Pentacle 2, which we'll be working on, which should be good. That'll be cool. Apparently we have ample breast scenes, I noticed, in the Silver Pentacle thing. I don't know what to say about that. But we'll be working on Silver Pentacle 2. So what we're going to do for Silver Pentacle 2 is we'll start that piece right here. Yeah, boobies. I don't know. I'll have to read the scene. Looks like we have an assassin who assassinates with her boobies. I'm joking. She's one of those assassins that uses sex to get her targets to die. Hi, any day now, computer. Hello, computer. Come on. Funny. Yeah, see, we're having connection issues again. Right off the bat. I'm going to open my task manager in the resource monitor. And we're going to look at where we are on wireless. There we go. My resource monitor gives me much better clarity on what our resource usage is. and what's going down with things. Looks like I've still got a massive amount of down, but nothing going up. I'm at 1.5 megabits up and 32 kilobits down, which is frustrating. Anyway, part of this is that over the weekend I was doing a massive amount of movement back and forth across the OneDrive as I found stuff and put stuff onto the drive so that it would go happily into the night. So we're going to go to monitor. This is one of the pieces that were given to me as an example, but I seem to recall that the size that he wanted was a different size. So we're going to go back to our original illustrations here because these were the correct size. And we're going to do a 10-piece concept board. Right, we're going to copy it, give it a new, okay, paste, and that's what he wants. So we'll resize it so I can read it. This is the artwork requirements. So 6x9 is the art area that he wants. So we're going to do new. We'll do width 6, height 9. Ooh, yep, 9. Okay. And this is our primary illustration. Then I'm going to do new. You're like, what are you doing? 11, 8.5, 600 dpi. And we're going to take this guy and fill it here. We'll hit all copy. And then we'll go here and we're going to make this like a slight gray, like this. And we'll say paste. And we'll take this guy and we'll resize him until he's, oh man, all I've done is just really make my life miserable on this one, didn't I? So as long as this guy stays roughly the same thing, or same size, let's make this shade of, let's make this shade of gray. Because we can't see the size of our paper. There we go. So for those of you who recall what we had done previously, this new book has this new book has 10 illustrations. So we're going to have to make it across 10 of these. It actually has 9 illustrations and a cover. So I'm going to take a look at this and we're going to decide it's small enough that we can add a 5th. So they haven't asked me to do the cover yet. But one of the things that I didn't do last time was plan the cover. So it didn't fit really. I mean, it fit, but it didn't fit where I wanted it to fit. So I'm going to go on ahead and make a plan to do the cover. And then it's okay if I don't. But if they do ask me to do the cover, then I can at least make the cover fit the theme of everything else on this and make it all kind of fit into one universe. So if they don't ask, it's totally cool. If they do ask, I have sort of a design for it. You know what I mean? Like a thought. All right. So now this is our board, and we will call this one our masterpiece, our master line for this, so that we know that we are dealing with the correct thing. I have to go find my folder. And we'll call this JPEG. We'll call this 6x9 master. And we'll save this guy because it's already 6x9 at 600 DPI. Far more than they need. And this guy we'll trim down because I have needed this a couple of times. Oh, for crying out loud. There we go. We've needed this a couple of times, and I keep not saving it, and I really wish I would. So we're going to save this. Today is the day for planning everything. Get everything planned out. It's not any fun. It's not the world's most entertaining and fun thing. So we'll get that done. Those guys are done, and this will be. You know what I could do instead of doing that? Let's go ahead and, because at some point we will send this in for approval. Airborne is the font that we use on starships. Just saying. Always has to start out at ridiculous. And this way, we get. You can't spill today, okay? Oh, did I spell pentacle wrong? I'm allergic to Mondays. I'm allergic to Mondays. I've always been allergic to Mondays. This is no different. I'm just saying that. Hey, check out my dice cup. I got a dice cup. All right. We don't need that one anymore. Gotcha. Yes, it does. And I learned a lot from doing, you're saying proper planning prevents poor processing. Illegible illustrations indicates incomplete alliteration. There. Anyway, I have a dice cup. So there. I mean, not like I don't expect that you have a dice cup or something, but it's a thing. We all. Okay, so this is just so that when we get to the point where we can sketch in all of these things, get a rough idea of what we want, we can put these in. I've highlighted all of the parts now where we've got, we'll just squish that down, and we will save this as Silver Pentacle 2, and we'll say this is a JPEG, and we will save this as Sketchboard. Okay. So we're getting started now on Silver Pentacle 2. We don't know whether we're doing the cover. So piece 1 over here is probably just going to hang out by its lonesome self. And B, we're not going to do anything there. We'll start here. Want the pieces together. Now, there's 102 pages, 61,000 words on this novel. So these are relatively small novels, relatively speaking. So go ahead and close that. All right. There we go. So we have gotten that one done. Now checking out Fred's location. Let's see what's left on Fred's instructions. It looks like I've got the pages that are complete. We have quite a few pages complete, which leaves us, we're really literally only at the large illustrations. And some of them are already quite a bit done. Like this piece is already done. I might add like a secondary gray to it, but this piece is already done, and it's not a bad piece. And so I don't know why it's in the not done pile. We'll have to figure stuff out. There's things that I don't get. I don't get it. 116 looks like it's complete. Why it's still in the not complete section? 117 looks complete. Mostly? I don't know. I mean, the problem is that like 117 is in PSD format, not JPEG format. The JPEG is in blue line still. So like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why they're not moved. So we'll have to. 119's complete, but not moved. Actually, That's very cute. It's a cute piece. I don't know. And then 120 needs to be done. Okay, these guys look legitimately not done. And 131 looks complete. I'm not sure what's going on here. I actually like this piece too. I feel like we've gotten kind of further along. Huh. This is a good piece. This looks like old school comic books or old school RPG books. That one's perfect. I'll leave that one the heck alone. 133 looks like it's just a big, huge, massive portrait. I don't know. 136 is complete. Huh. The only reason I say that, so there was another artist whom he had paid to do a lot of pieces, and I'm not sure who that artist is. It's actually probably in the Afterworld startup information. Rabin. So, the guy's name is, he signs everything Rabin. So, but I don't have something that, don't name names. No, I'm not. His artwork is exquisite. It's just that I don't know what happened. Something occurred. They're no longer working together, which doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just get a different contract and things shift, and it's not like, oh, I hated you. You know, things just shift. And that's a perfectly normal thing to have happen. But this guy did some phenomenal ink work. And what we have is we have a few pieces that are just pencil pieces, like he started them but couldn't finish them for whatever reason. So I've got to go in and fix those. But I'm a pretty hardcore inker. So there's a lot of inking going on. Okay. Here we're going to do the next thing in line because we're going to do some springs today because it's Springs Monday, right? So let's do springs. Because we've now set up all the work we're going to be doing for this week. So let's load things. Yeah, so I hope I never came across as sounding like this fellow was a bad fellow or something. I think they just moved to a different spot in whatever existence they're at. So there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, there's that. I think that there is absolutely zero chance of me ever saving Yep. Anyway. Come on, work with me here. Someone work with me. Okay. All right. Let's put a line in under the raster layer under the 4 panels. Put in blue. Get ourselves a pen. Let's get our technical pen. We need to flip these guys already. Let's flip them. Oh, okay. Because we want to are you up to today? TB. And sending a letter to the Olympic Committee I want to add a new sport. Nation. The Olympics were 2 months ago. Yep. Exactly. Us athletes to work hard to stay in shape. There. There we go. I should show you sometime my Luna and Suki comics. There's a 1-page comic about my cats, Luna and Suki. Luna, which was very much a take over the world sort of cat, and Tsuki, who is chaotic stupid. So there we go. We've got already our first comic about the Olympics 2 months later. It works. Okay. I think I can move this guy to here and move this down. So let's do that. Nah, that's not what I want you to do. So we'll do that. And then take you and move you over down here horizontally. Because then we're gonna be careful not to overcrowd this. That's why we do all this writing early, so that I can kind of get an idea of what I can do here. Your cat's just crazy. Well, it's because he's a kitten. Okay, let's type this all in and take a look at what we've got. We'll switch to R. Should be 16 is our standard. Move that over here. We have this, we call it the cat house. It is a little like box in closed container box, little stairs to come up into it and stuff like that. But it's a shelter. It's at the top of the stairs. And George gets into the box. It's got little windows on every side. And he gets into the box and he waits for people to come up the stairs. And then he just attacks them randomly, just sticks his paw out and just bah, 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 bah. He never puts out his claws. So he's just batting you with his paws. He thinks it's really funny. And all he ends up doing is getting attacked at some point in time by me. I'm sending a letter to the Olympic Committee. How many AMs are in this? But see, now I've messed myself up. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay. I want to add a new sport for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. I have to go back in and check this now, as I've just now made my life infinitely complex by not being able to spell the word committee. know if there's going to be a Chelsea tonight or not. See, now I'm going to have to go check committee. Because now I can't find my mouse. Oh my God, there's two of everything. Who writes these things? It really was. It did make for a lot more complication for the thing that I was doing. Because I didn't actually get to watch all of the Star Trek Day thing. Because she talked over a lot of it. And then I never was able to rewatch it as daddy duties. So I ended up just missing it. And that was something we will have to discuss. Other than that, it is always awesome to have Chelsea with us. But Chelsea is who Chelsea is, and there is absolutely no way I'm going to naysay. There we go. I actually do not like the I'm going to take that out. There we go. In a letter to the Olympic Committee, I want to add a new sport for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics: procrastination. The Tokyo Olympics ended 2 months ago. Exactly. Us athletes have to work hard to stay in shape. I think this could actually be like a running joke too. I mean, we could continue on with this for quite a while. Like the Olympic Committee could just go on ahead and approve it for the 2020 Olympics only. I could see that being a thing. So there we go. So Springs has always been a slice of life comic, and slice of life comics very rarely have like complication to them. All these things trying to just get this thing to move over. Um, I mean, they can't be that complicated. So I don't want to overcomplicate this too much, unless it's funny, at which time you can overcomplicate it all you want. Give him a little bit of. Don't forget his whip antenna. I like the fact that they have whip antennas. I have always loved their little whip antennas. And he has a little backpack. This. Make sure everything is in the spot here. And I've noticed that putting it in text has made this will make him happy about this. Like, he's come up with this brilliant idea. He thinks it's the best. Because, it's his idea. Every idea TV comes up with is the best to TV. He's very proud of himself. So, and now he's going to start heading towards. Like, he's not even really paying attention here. AR is a little bit out of shape here. That's why we do these things. Hmm. Just go ahead and do this, and this is not the right size, and yada yada yada. Like, now he's like stressed out. Like, dude, you're aware, right? There we go. Here, look. There. And then he will do the sort of sideways look. There we go. Done. Wait. Booyah. All right. Now we can go to 4-panel onto this layer, and we're just going to go on ahead and fix all of this up. So I went ahead and put you on this, onto the technical pin. Oh man. And we mess it up right off the bat. There we go. Do the bubbles first. Nope. There we go. We did. Now we will. We'll hit that midpoint in the show. I'm going ahead and put us on the ring camera, which isn't a ring camera. I don't know why I call it the ring camera. Well, we have a lot of cables and stuff. All right, everybody. Oh, time to stand up. Oh, man. Stretch. Yeah, I stretch. I stretch that way too. Stretch that way. And let's also move our neck around. Oh, there we go. That's good pops. We'll go for a quick walk. All right. See the song? Huh. Sounds like somebody's out there sawing. That's fine. All right. Okay. Let's make sure our shoulders are loose before we get back to work here. All right. Back to work for us. Oh, kitty. Go over here. putting in this envelope. Right. Making it look kind of like a mailbox here, and give it a little bit more angle than we had before. So the blue line's asking for an angle that it's kind of boring to me. So I'm going to give it this angle right here. It's probably a male bot, to be sure. I mean, honestly, everything in Spring's world is a robot of some sort. I'm just not sure whether I should give it eyes or not. We'll figure that out later. Because we wouldn't see his eyes anyway, they'd be on top. Wood chipper is better than a saw. Mm-hmm. All right, take that away. That looks very good. There we go. It might actually be a wood chipper. The guy across the house, across the way right over here, nice guy, does tree stuff. And so he has a big truck with this wood chipper trailer. And I think sometimes he just brings the wood back to this little parking lot over here during the day. Nobody parks at that parking lot, so it makes total sense. And I mean, people park at that parking lot, but usually on the weekends when we all have parties here or whatever, we've got something going on. So I think he picks. I keep trying to find this hair. I think he picks a time when we're not doing stuff, and then goes out there and like nobody's using the parking lot, so he'll park his big truck out there where he's got room to pull the branches out of the back and then chip them up in the wood chipper. So I think that's what he's doing. It's loud, but only because I work from home, so it's really not that big of a deal, and I don't mind. And he often trims my trees, so I'm not going to complain. There we go. So there. Now us athletes have to work hard to stay in shape. Free mulch, right? And, you know, if I have that one enemy, I saw that movie. There we go. Finally got the hair. I don't even know where that hair came from. It just grosses me out. It's a hair. Okay. It's always good to know the guy with the wood chipper. Just saying. All right. Makes sense. All right. There we go. This is giving him a little bit more dynamics. Have his legs kind of feel like this is quite. So he's just kind of standing a little bit more askew, like so. I think I actually kind of like this effect. Where he's kind of like, yeah, like. The little dots always indicate he's just traveling along, tootling along, woo doo doo doo. Then I better do mark, 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 mark. I also like to make the little. Okay, see you in 5 to 10. I always say that and then realize odds are good that you don't hear these things because you're already gone. Right? And then we'll just go here. We've got this letter. Tokyo, Tokyo. That's clear. It's very clear. Some kind of stamp of importance, which naturally will be a robot. There. I like the idea that he hand writes all of the barcodes. because he's licking it. Everybody licks letters back in the old days. He's no different. There we go. All right. Looks like we have all of this in now. And that was just because I'm allergic to Mondays. Who's not, right? Who's not right? I'm not right. How about you? Alrighty. Now we can kill this and look at the line work. Line work looks solid. So I'm going to delete the blue line out of it. Duplicate my layer here for this guy. Let's catch our color. Right. Yep. We're just putting in the flats. There we go. this, 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 this. And now we'll go in and make sure the eyes have white, because otherwise they won't end up white when we fill this area. And fix everything else. Areas where they may have, whoa, undo, back to red or blue. You. Undo. And we're just going in and making sure that we've patched all the pieces together so that there's no, weird leakage or whatever. Undo. There we go. Perfect. All right. New raster layer. They're inside, so all I need to do is get some green and go like this and say gradient. That could be interesting, right? That's not the gradient we wanted. Foreground to background. Shape U. There we go, like so. We don't need it to be yellow though, so we'll go ahead and change this to white and do this. Nice gradient. This should just be like, instead of being pink, we'll make it orange. We'll make it a very light orange because he's kind of doing a whoa. You're aware that the Tokyo Olympics ended 2 months ago, right? Hello, Tormund. I know not where George went. He is somewhere. And then for this last panel, we are outside, so I'm going to go on ahead and get the background for this. Because up until this point, we've been kind of, wherever we are. And so we didn't really need a background, but now we do. Kind of wondering if that fits. Almost doesn't seem to fit. Right? Feel kind of like it doesn't fit. Okay. That's fine. For this one, though, I'm just going to do really light gray. Like that. That fits a whole lot better. Okay. Next things next, we take the 4 panels copy, new raster layer, we do multiply, and then we do 33%, go in black, go in here, and grab technical pin, a little larger than that, not that large though. And we just kind of go through here and do this. Right, so. I am intentionally going over because when I go under these lines, I end up with when I end up with things where they do this and then they just have a rounded back. Like internal talking there. The Bellatrix character is reading a Springs comic. I probably should do something to the effect of the fact that Springs exists in Bellatrix Rising. All right, that wouldn't be a bad idea. All right. Now we just go in here. We go to our 4 panels. And we go Bork. Right. And it selects. We got to turn on the contiguous. I turned off contiguous a while back. Regretfully. There. And there. go to the black layer and go bork, and everything just kind of settles right in. Select. Do a couple of things real quick because it doesn't go outside the thing, and that's okay. A little bit of trim work never killed anybody. There we go. Didn't get under here either. There. I did make that comment once about fourth wall breaking. Then we do a new raster layer, and this one is overlay. And I think I do this one just 100%, don't I? I don't remember. Let's see what happens. Right, yeah, that one's at 100%. This one, we'll just kind of do this. A little bit of that right there. And this. And do that part right there so it looks like it's shiny. I do something like this. And then we kind of do like so. And yes. There. Same thing. There. And now we'll pick a gradient. I haven't done orange in a while. It looks good. So you're thinking they all kind of look like that comic plus the Bellatrix Rising character going, I think I'm being watched, you know. Sort of like a nested fourth wall thing. There we go. Close this because we don't need it. And we're good on the panels. Panel backdrop. This guy can go down to. There we go. We should turn on support just so I can see exactly where I need to go to. Dropping this guy down. And then we say work, change canvas size. And take this guy. There. Hey, there we are. Okay, yeah, we beastie. I see one problem that needs to be fixed for the overlay layer. Right here. So solved. Yeah, right there too. Also solved. So we'll turn off the other assistants. This, that, gradients are set, backdrop is set, everything is set. Looks like we have a good solid thing. Save real quick. Make sure it's all saved. Oof. Okay. This looks like we are solid and complete. It looks like a done comic. Looking it over to make sure that I don't have anything missing. I see already a problem right here on the gray line. It's on the multiply layer. Just grab some of this. Work. Also see a divot right here on that. We're just cleaning it up, making sure it looks solid. So, okay, one more save before we go. Okay, now we will Control-Shift-E, and that will crush everything together. And we will say change canvas size, because the width has to be 1200. I can cancel. What do we do here? Image resolution. That's what we want. 1200. 628 resolution. Okay. All right. This is the correct resolution for releasing onto the intranets, interwebs. And now we will save it as a PCX. PNG in it. Paning. And we wait. Because it actually takes it a second to do this. Alrighty. And that's that, folks. Spring's comic is out. Now what we'll do is put it onto the intrawebs. Which takes some time. I'm not going to lie. It takes a bit of time because we've got things running slow. All right. We'll do a new post. I'm just explaining this all to you. And we'll set it for both Facebook and Instagram. And we will go and fetch it. That's what we're doing right now. Into Springs 2021. Just got loaded into the system. And it has to do it's the wrong aspect ratio. It must be 628 by 1200. And yours is 628 by 1200. Oh no, it will not post. So I have to edit it and say, we will do horizontal. Yeah, that looks great. So it will literally cut off one strip of pixels off the top. And now it's 628 by 1199. Now, I'll tell you right now that if I were to make it at 628 by 1199, it will want to strip off that top row of pixels and make it 628 by 1198. I don't get it. But I prefer to post from here. It is a whole lot easier to post from here than it is to post actually physically into Instagram. So here is my hashtags for Springs. There we go. There we go. hashtags are in for that, and I will do Rings comic. I don't usually do many hashes into Facebook because really it's kind of, I don't know. And then we'll publish, and we're out. Yeah, I know. I don't get social media's weird rules. Like, and it's not even social media. It's It's the Instagram converter from Facebook. Like, it's got a different set of rules, and I don't understand it. Oh well. Well, there we go, guys. We've set up for the week. We're prepped and ready to go. We have a Springs comic, which has now been published out to Instagram and out to Facebook. So you can see that. Looks like everything else is ready to go for the week. I'm going to leave early so I can get an extra 20 minutes to make all these silly phone calls that I've got to make. I have to call all these people on my thing. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you early. I will chat with you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me, Brent. And I will see you later. And for everybody else and for Brent too, keep your eyes on the stars. Goodbye. Computer, good night.